So we picked up some worms from Uncle Jim's worm farm, and we're going to use them to put in our new Vego worm bins. First, we're going to dig a nice sized hole in the corner of our bed so that we can sink our composter in it. We're using the Vego Hori Hori knife, which we really like. It's our favorite tool for use in the garden. Next, we're going to place our bin down, leaving the vent holes above the ground so that we can make sure we get oxygen into our worm bins. And we're going to fill in the soil around them to make sure it stays in place.
Really tell what 2 inches is.
I'll tell you when.
Okay.
Next, we're going to add a thin layer of soil into the bottom. Our soil has a lot of compost in it. It's a nice, rich, living soil. So we'll put a thin layer at the base.
You've got plenty more you can put in.
Okay, so we can put this whole pile in?
Next, we're going to put in some bedding material. We get a bunch of scrap cardboard from our retail space, so we are tearing it up and providing a nice thick bedding layer in the bottom of the bin. And then we're going to follow it up with some organic material, leaves and sticks that we found around the garden and in the yard. And we're going to place a layer of those into our bed as well. Finally, we're going to add in our composting worms.
Okay.
So we bought, I think, maybe 1,000 worms, and we're putting about 500 in each bin. We've got one bin in each corner of the bed.
Yep, drop them gently down.
They're really cool looking. It was very interesting to put our hands and have a whole handful of wiggling worms. Something I've never done, but...
Let me see. Okay. Go ahead.
Finally, we're going to add in some food scraps. We've got some old strawberries or strawberry tops, some peas that we didn't eat or we never got around to, banana peels, different scraps, food scraps that we're layering in here to give our worms their first feeding. And we'll continue to add in bedding material and food scraps as we go, keeping the worms happy so that they can in turn create worm castings to help feed our garden.
Set them down gently. Nope, gently.
Okay, let's cover it up. And lastly, we're going to put our lid on and we're ready to go.